Alright, Survivor's Paulie Jr. here, and welcome to my 7 Days to Die Alpha 20 Beginners Survival Training course. In this guide, we're going to walk you through the first day in 7 Days to Die from the time you spawn to the moment you go to bed in a nice, secure location. Keep in mind this video is for absolute beginners. It's also going to be short, quick, and right to the point. So let's jump in and get started. First things first, we're going to create a game. You want to give your game a name. We're going to call this one A20 Survival Basics. And I recommend choosing the Navezgane map, especially if you want to follow along in my footsteps here, because this map is pre-designed and hopefully you spawn in the same location as I do. And if you don't, I would keep trying until you do, and you can literally follow in my footsteps. Next, we'll choose the settings for our world, and I'm going to walk you through how I like to do it. Basically, I want my server not listed. I want to play alone. I don't want any strangers joining me. For difficulty, you can leave it on adventure, or if you want an easier go of it, you can turn it down just a tad to scavenger. For the 24-hour cycle, I like to bump that up to 90 minutes. It gives us a little more daylight to accomplish our tasks before the sun goes down, and that's when zombies get fast. At least if that's what we choose in the settings, which you normally do, and that is under basic. We're going to keep all this on default settings. The zombies will walk during the day. They'll be nice and slow, and they'll sprint at night. Keep feral sense off for now until you get a little more comfortable with the game. I do like to bump up the experience up to about 150 so we can progress a little bit faster. Now under advanced, we are going to change a couple of things here. In particular, drop on death. We want to drop nothing on death. Again, this is our first go at it, so we'll try to keep things relatively casual. I will mark airdrops on so you get to see them on the map and find them easily. And that's about it. So let's go ahead and start it up, and I'll see you inside, Pilgrim, and try to keep up. Welcome to the apocalypse, Pilgrim. It's now time for your basic survival training. This is a tutorial upon spawning, and you're going to follow the instructions. They're very clear and simple. Essentially, you will be collecting resources from the local area, including fiber and wood and stones. And then you're going to make up a set of starting tools and weapons, including a stone axe, a club, a primitive bow, a couple of arrows if you can, and then you're going to be good to go. Next, you're going to collect some more wood with your axe. You can make a frame shape, place it down, and then right-click with your axe to upgrade it. Finally, you make a campfire, lay it down, and now, my friend, you have completed basic training. Upon graduating basic training, you're going to get 4 skill points. Here's how I like to spend them. Sexual Tyrannosaurus, which reduces stamina use on swinging things. Minor 69er, which is going to allow us to make better tools and break things faster. Lucky Looter, which gives us better loot when we find it. And Archery, which increases our archery damage and also allows us to make better bows, which we're going to do right now. We're going to make a level 2 bow, and we're going to also make a new axe. Level 2 axe. Okay, Greenhorn, time to get to the trader. So open up your map by pressing M, note the location, and then head in that direction, scavenging along the way. You're going to be looking for containers such as trash, nests, stumps, backpacks, and mailboxes, which might give you some skill books. Also hunt. If you see an animal, shoot it. Then whack it with your axe. You're going to get some bones. When you get 5, make a bone knife, and then use the bone knife for harvest. You get a better yield with the knife. Keep gathering resources on the way. Keep your eyes open for backpacks that have some pretty good loot, like cool shades. And keep shooting things, especially them spy chickens. Also look in stumps, because you might find a jar of honey, which can be used to cure infection. Don't forget to look both ways before crossing the road. Oh! Good job, maggot. You made it. Now get inside, close the door behind you, and go introduce yourself to the trader. If you get lucky, you get...
Meds, drugs, booze. I've got it all.
She's got it all. Now, let's pick a quest, something nearby, not too far away, and in the green zone. That's the newbie zone.
You wouldn't let me down.
No, ma'am, we won't. There it is right there. Tier 1 clear, not too far. Stop staring. Stay polite. Now, let's search around the camp here. There's going to be some loot containers. Some might be hidden away in all the nooks and crannies. When you're done, head back outside, be polite, close the door behind you, and get to the POI. That's the point of interest. Don't forget to collect resources along the way. If you run into a zombie, crouch down for the sneak damage bonus, and then finish it off. Bang! Get wrecked! Now listen up, Pilgrim. I know you're eager to get down there to impress Jen, but we can't just go run off all half-cocked, you know what I mean? So let's go ahead and place down our bedroll. In case we die, we can respawn right here. If you don't have a bedroll, make up a new one. I also like to make up a chest, drop it down here by the bedroll, and dump out any incidentals that I don't need on this job. We want as much inventory space as possible for all the good loot. So dump everything out with the exception of your tools and weapons, obviously. And we might as well eat our starting food here. And a bottle of water. Alright, scrap that. Get organized the way you like it. Now when you're ready, head on down to the POI and do a solid for Jen. Now when you get there, you want to clear out the area around it of any Zeds so they don't interfere with your mission. Shoot from afar if you can with your bow. Note that headshots do more damage. And if it's still alive, run up and clobber it. Don't forget to get your arrow. Alright, now it's time to activate the quest. Walk up to the exclamation mark. Press E and the whole POI gets reset, including loot and zombies. Now I like to start on the outside and work my way in. Check everything, including the turrets, because sometimes you find guns in there. Got some trash outside, check it all. Don't fill up your inventory with a bunch of garbage. Like cement and seeds, we don't need them. And now, my friends, it's time to head on in. Go in nice and quiet like, stay crouched, and pick off any sleepers. Typically, these POIs, the mission POIs, have many sleepers around waiting for you to come in and activate them. So take your time, stay crouched and silent, and shoot for the head. Check all the corners and the nooks and crannies, because they are sneaky. Look up, look down, look all around. Slow and steady wins the race. And now, with this area cleared, I'll go back and I'll do some looting. Nice spear there. We're going to go ahead and repair that. Don't need the rotten flesh right now. Keep in mind that when you check vehicles, it takes quite some time, so make sure the area is clear. We've got a chicken rash in there. That's delicious. You might as well eat it since we are hungry. And it also clears up a spot in our inventory. And now it's time to find the fun path. Every POI has what I call the fun path, and that is a route directly to the loot. And in this case, we need to go up. Gonna be a little parkour up here. So you're gonna look for lights. There is a lantern right there, and obviously we need to do some jumping to get up to the catwalk. I just made some frame blocks so we can fill in these holes here. Of course, if you're feeling brave, just go ahead and jump, but I like to use the frame blocks to be absolutely secure. When you reach a funky looking board like that, you want to whack it with your axe, and if it has 100 health or less, that means you would have crashed right through it, down to the ground, and possibly break a leg. So keep in mind that these POIs are trapped. That's why they call it the fun path. So go nice and slow and steady. Again, slow and steady wins the race. Just keep on following the fun path. Again, you want to stay stealthy, stay crouched, and quiet and slow. If you come to a door that's locked, don't try to open it, it just makes noise. We're going to look for an opening. Watch your footing here. Debris like that makes noise when you step on it. And there we go, my friends. 2 sleeper zombies. We're going to go ahead and get some headshots if we can. If not, then just keep shooting. They're slow during the day, faster at night. Again, depending on the settings. Pro tip, pick up everything along the way that you can, like these chairs here. Scrap them for materials and also to clear a path in the event things go sideways and you have to run the heck out of Dodge. You don't want them in your way. Now we're looking for an opening. All POIs have some kind of an opening without actually having to smash anything. And you're going to peek in and shoot any Zeds that are in there. Hopefully they don't see you before you see them and you can get a sneak attack. Pretty much all POIs will have an entrance where you can sneak in without breaking anything, so try to find that. It's very important. It's a huge advantage. And now, my friends, that is the final zombie. 1 headshot, and down he goes. And we have completed this mission, and we can return to the trader, our friend Jen, and get accolades and whatever else comes with it. So now, let's pick up our arrows here, and let's do the looting. Should have some kind of loot around. Got some food here and a ranger's guide to archery. That's very nice. You're going to find a lot of archery and spear related books. Now we're going to open up this passing gas with our axe and grab the loots inside. We got another nice recipe here. We can make gasoline, which is going to come in handy for a long time. But grab it, use it, and now we know how to do it. Now we're going to loot all the containers. Coffee beans we don't really need. It's going to be a long time before that comes into play. But food, water, ammo, weapons, all that, absolutely critical. Make sure you're looking all the nooks and crannies again. There might be some hidden stuff. Alright, by now it should be getting late in the day, so we're going to turn this first POI into our base for the night by securing it. You can put your torch up that you started with, and then you're going to bring up your frame shapes by holding down the R key on the keyboard, and you should get a menu. Choose the window tab and select the boarded windows, and then place these in front of the windows to secure them in case we get attacked in the night. To rotate these frame shapes, you want to left click the mouse and right click to place them down. Once they're all in place and the windows are covered, bring up your axe and right click on the frame shapes to solidify them. Basically, you'll take some of your wood in your inventory and fortify them and make them solid. Next, you want to make a wooden door and plop that down into any door spaces. Again, bring up your axe, right click, and fortify it with wood. And if you have any iron in your inventory, you can continue fortifying with iron, making it even stronger. And as a final security measure, I like to put hatches in front of the doorways. So go ahead and craft up a couple of wooden hatches and place it down right in front of the door. You want to make sure the handle is facing you. So you want to rotate with the left mouse and then place it down with the right. And then lastly, we're going to fortify it with wood and iron if you have any in your inventory. If not, I suggest finding wood by chopping down a tree and breaking down anything metal. The hatch provides a little extra protection, and you can open the door and attack zombies above the hatch. Now at this stage of the game, you're going to be a noisy klutz, so let's go ahead and clear any debris from the floor because it does have a chance to make noise in the night. And also, you want to clear the floor of any furniture that might get in the way and trip you up in case you get in a fight. This is also a good opportunity to place down a chest and clean out our backpack of any incidentals we don't need to be carrying around because we're going to head back to the trader. If you got any food and water, go ahead and eat and drink now before we make the trip. If you don't have any food and drink on you now, don't worry about it. We'll have an opportunity to buy some from the trader. Don't forget to stop and pick up the stuff you left behind before you took on the mission, including your bedroll. We'll place that down at the base later, but for now, let's get to the trader. By now, you should have leveled up and received a skill point, so we're going to go ahead and spend it on the Daring Adventure under Intellect. That's going to give us an extra reward choice when we turn the quest into the trader. Howdy, Jen.
You're looking kind of rough.
Uh-huh.
Don't spend it all in one place.
No, ma'am.
But if you do, make sure it's here.
Yes, ma'am. So now we turn in the quest, we get experience, some Duke's tokens, and a reward. We can choose one. Ammo is tempting, but without a matching gun, it's kind of pointless, so I typically go with the skill books, especially spear and archery this early on. Alright, mission complete. So now let's choose another mission while we're here. We're going to try to select something in the direction of our
look
base
like you
if
could handle
possible.
yourself. Hurry back soon, and I'll have a nice reward for you.
It's a deal, Jen. Alright, it's time to blow some coin. I like to look for cooking utensils such as a pot or a grill. If the trader does not have either of those, check to see if they have any water in particular, because drink is hard to come by in the apocalypse.
Poppin' pills might have what you were looking for.
Well, thanks, Jen. I appreciate it. Bye-bye. If the trader doesn't have anything to drink in the inventory, then look around for a vending machine, and you might be able to find something to drink there. And don't forget to skill up with your skill book if you got one, and go ahead and eat and drink if you need to now. With our business concluded here at the trader, let's exit and exterminate any pesky zombies outside so poor Jen can get some peace and quiet. And if you got any new skills as a reward, now's a good time to put them to the test. Now, before we decide on our next course of action, we're going to go ahead and create a waypoint to our camp. So bring up the map, right-click on our camp location, choose Save Waypoint and an icon, type in a name for it, and then click on track waypoint, and you should be able to see that in the game world. So what you do next is really going to be dictated by the time of day and how much daylight you have left in order to accomplish anything. So you definitely want to be back in your base before 2200 hours, because technically that is nighttime, and that's when zombies get fast. At least with the settings we are playing. So we do have enough time to go do one more mission. This is a buried supply mission. It's relatively close, and they don't take very long to complete. We're going to need a shovel, obviously, for this, because we're going to have to dig down in the mission location, which is indicated by the circle, and basically you're going to dig down until you get that sound right there, which means you're getting closer to the treasure, and the circle will get a little smaller. When you find the treasure, make sure you have full stamina before grabbing the supplies, because that will trigger a bunch of zombies to spawn and attack you at the dig site. If the loot and the cash made you encumbered, then you want to make sure you drop something to unencumber yourself. Items in the shaded inventory slots make you encumbered. If you still have time, you might as well stick around and gain some experience by fighting the zombies. Just make sure to backpedal and do not get surrounded. If you still have time, you might as well head back to the trader, turn in the quest, collect your reward and your payment, and grab another quest.
Hello, traveler. Wow, I didn't think you had it in you. Good job.
Anytime, Jen. This time I'm going to take the ammo, and then we're going to get another job.
You look like you could handle yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't let a zombie dog bite you in the ass on your way out.
No, ma'am.
And if he does, hey, we'll take care of it for you.
Thanks, Jen. Bye-bye. Oh, man, she's the best. Okay, so now it's getting pretty late, so we're going to head back to camp. We're going to shut any exterior doors. We're going to get inside our secure room. Then we're going to go ahead and place our bedroll down. That will create a spawn point for us. Now we're going to craft a campfire with our stones. We're going to place that down out of the way, open it up, and dump in some fuel. Now, without any cooking skill or a pot or a grill, we're limited to charring our meat and boiling murky water. But it's better than nothing. So now we just wait for that to cook and boil. And in the meantime, we can repair our tools and weapons, as long as we have the resources for it, which we should. If you've been collecting resources as directed, that is. Go ahead and enjoy your dinner outside while gazing at the stars and the moon, but at 2200, you're going to want to head inside, shut the doors, hunker down, and wait till morning, which is 0400 hours. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. Congratulations, Pilgrim, you have graduated PSJR's Basic Survival Training Course. You done good. Good night.